An animal tranquilizer is becoming more common in illegal drugs, and it's making the deadliest drugs even deadlier. It's called xylazine, and that's the word that you see right here on your screen. The CDC says xylazine's presence is growing throughout the country. In 2015, this tranquilizer was involved in less than 1% of overdoses, but in 2020, that jumped to 7%. Local 5's Mary Sugden joins us now. Mary, you have found that xylazine is showing up in fentanyl and other drugs. So why does this have medical teams worried?
Yes, Stephanie, they're worried because Narcan, the medication used to reverse opioid overdoses, doesn't help in bringing people back from an overdose when xylazine is mixed in.
The real concern is xylazine has taken probably the most significant, deadliest drug threat this country has ever faced and made it deadlier.
The DEA's message is clear. Xylazine's impact on the opioid epidemic is frightening.
We have seen it in fentanyl, we have seen it in cocaine, we have seen it in heroin, and it is killing people left and right.
The animal sedative typically used in horses is added to illicit substances to create bulk, both making the dealer more money and giving the user a more intense high.
Of all the opiate exhibits that have been submitted to the DEA lab throughout the country, it's roughly 23% of those exhibits have contained xylazine.
Medical staff at Mercy One say they've seen firsthand the scary scenarios xylazine creates. While the drug doesn't show up in standard tests, when an overdose patient comes in and Narcan doesn't work, they can only assume xylazine was a factor.
If somebody uses this drug, we can't reverse it. All we can do is support it until it wears off.
Not only does the drug not respond to Narcan, but it can cause horrible sores.
People have had to have limbs amputated because their tissues have gotten what we call necrotic, where they have just died.
Mercy One says it believes it's seen xylazine in pediatric patients all the way through adults. To make matters worse, it's not a controlled substance, meaning the DEA can't seize or regulate it.
Any person can get on a computer with a little bit of luck and flat out order xylazine from another country.
But there is some good news. There's a bipartisan bill before Congress aimed at making xylazine a controlled substance. Senator Chuck Grassley is one of the U.S. senators who introduced it, and it would require manufacturers to send reports on production and distribution to the DEA so the agency can make sure it doesn't end up in the black market. Stephanie.
So disturbing. All right, Mary, thank you so much for that information. And the DEA believes the number of xylazine overdoses might actually be much higher. It says many autopsies, especially in rural areas, are simply not testing for that drug.